joining us again.
Good afternoon, Natasha.
All right, so the big one this week has been the SASA debacle, which hopefully will sort of seem to ease out a bit now. We've heard that Concord ruling that the CPS and SASA contracts will be extended. What's been happening on social media with regards to this?
Basically, on social media, people are very, very angry about the ruling. They're saying that, people need to be accountable for that mess. And another thing is that it sets a very dangerous precedent. And also they're also saying that the minister should join the case and also pay the costs. So they're barely saying that it's one black sash and one Batabile Dlamini. And Vuyo Nkoka says someone really needs to be held responsible for this mess. Things are happening in this country without people being accountable. And obviously, Right to Know campaign is saying that the minister must explain at the end of the month why she should not join the case and pay the costs personally.
And she wasn't even in court today, so it'll be interesting to see what her reaction is to this ruling. All right, another big story was the Helen Zille tweets. How's that? I mean, it was big yesterday. Is it still trending? Are you still tracking quite a bit of reaction to her tweets?
It's on top of the tweets this morning. I'm going to quote her verbatim what she said. She said, "For those claiming legacy of colonialism was only negative, think of our independent judiciary, transport, infrastructure, piped water." But later we know that she apologized. She apologized by saying that I apologize unreservedly for a tweet that may have come across as defense of colonialism. It was not. And we conducted a Twitter poll on this, and 17%, and we asked the question, what do you think of Helen Zille's tweets? That not everything about colonization was negative and that it brought some benefits. 17% of them say they agree, 36% disagree with her, 20% from whose viewpoint, and 27% said who asked for the benefits. So many people on Twitter do not agree with her. Also, her boss distanced himself from what she said, saying that let's make it clear that colonialism, like apartheid, was as a system of oppression and subjugation. It can never be justified. And also another DA leader, Phumzile van Dam, also said that colonialism was a crime against humanity.
So a lot of negative reaction to the actual tweet. What about her tweet of apology? Were people sympathetic towards it, or did they think it disingenuous? What was the reaction to that?
The EFF are saying that, these are just meaningless words. The ANC are saying that, a chameleon always changes its colors.
Well, I mean, it's hard to judge based on 140 characters with a tweet somebody's compassion or lack of compassion in an apology.
Yeah, but I mean, these are words that she quoted. I mean, that another thing that we must make sure we must realize about social media. What you write there or what you're feeling, that is your words.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can never take them back,
even if they are just 140 characters. Okay, another big story in the sports world. We've lost the Commonwealth Games. How have people responded to that?
Well, firstly, the minister is saying he's glad it was going to be a bit expensive. But people are also very happy that, we lost the bid, that it's not going ahead. Some people also feel it's very bizarre.
It's a bit bittersweet, isn't it?
Yeah, like at Devaswa says, Durban not hosting Commonwealth, great news as money used would have been pure waste. Government is careless with its money. And also at Chris also says, how can you lose a competition when you're the only one playing? Our South Africa, so embarrassing.
And finally, before we run out of time, another big story that Morning Live did that interview with Jub Marahanye being released from prison and his take on his prison experience and how he's been a changed man. That, I'm sure, getting quite a lot of traction.
Oh yes, definitely. We know that he's been released on parole, Jub, after serving some time for killing those 4 children in drag racing incident. But during the interview, Jub is saying that he's a changed man and he wants to serve as a positive influence to young people. A lot of people are saying that, he's human, he's made mistake. I mean, who are you to throw the first stone. So a majority of the people on social media are saying like, you know what, let the man move on with his life. He's made a mistake.
Yeah.
He's human. You know, let him continue to live his life and give us good music.
All right, Lebo, thank you so much. Lebo Tshangela there, looking at some of our social media trends for this week. Well, Minister in the Presidency, Jeff Radebe, has reiterated that slow land reform hinders